everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren, this is Scorpionic Readings, and today's pick a card topic is a little bit different. We have only two groups to choose from today. I got this idea or this message of doing like a this or that reading, two piles shuffled out, and then that felt like what should be done. So yeah, and I'm actually filming this intro after I've done both of the messages, and they were both deeply profound and spiritually based, of course. So yeah, definitely both could apply to you. So check out both readings if you feel called to, but I think there are kind of just a few different elements that Spirit wanted to address with two different groups for the reading. So take your time, choose your pile. When you're ready, head to the description and you will find the timestamps that will take you directly to your messages, and I will meet you there. All right, group one, welcome to your messages. Let's go ahead and dive right in. I went ahead and pre-shuffled today's oracle cards, and then we will be shuffling out of the Light Seer's tarot deck today. So let's look at what your message from Spirit is that you should hear right now. So first card, we've got hope. We've got here despondence and miracle. Wow. All right, we've got strength. Okay, and we have last quarter moon in Capricorn with leave the past behind. Immediately here, the messages of hope and miracles stick out to me, as well as just the imagery that's coming up with the yellows and the purples is standing out to me as well. It's like you have been feeling one way, and there is, of course, this mention of hope and miracles on the way, and leaving the past behind, coming out of that period where you had to be strong, where you had to show fortitude and continue with the unseen ahead of you. There is something here that you should know is going to change for the better, or there is a mindset shift that you're being called to fully surrender to here with Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Leaving the past behind is coming up again. It's a big message of, I do believe, also staying grounded, staying tethered. I'm getting that imagery now here with strength as well as Unbound. There is still like this imagery of a tether that is there, and they're rising above it, but it's unclear if that tether is going to keep them from surpassing a certain height, or rather not keep them from going great distances, but keep them from becoming too involved with the ego or involved with that kind of thing, to the point where you no longer have clear vision, you no longer have positive inspirations behind what you're doing. Yeah, I hope that so far is kind of coming together, but those are some messages I'm getting so far. Let me just take a moment to kind of regroup with what all of that was. I'm just getting this imagery of like being rooted, being grounded. It makes me think immediately of like family roots, family tree with this imagery here, and things being protected, things remaining, or rather you staying grounded, you staying bound in a way that is good for you, bound in a way that maintains your stability, keeps you tethered to earth. Your root chakra is bounded to earth. It's where you can achieve great heights, but not to the point where you lose sight once again of what is really valuable to you in this lifetime, which looks like, to me, spirituality, family, connections, not necessarily achieving, not that you won't have this, but your focus and purpose, intention behind this life is focused on more things of a spiritual sense, things of a generally having this understanding of like connectedness, especially with nature, with your connections, with people that come into your life. You recognize the uniqueness of what people bring to the table for you and how special it is, the places you find yourself in this lifetime, location specifically, appreciating nature is big here, being grounded to earth is part of your mission here, part of what allows you to do what you set out to do in this lifetime. You're meant to achieve great heights, but I think that they are the most fulfilling ones that you do achieve are very internally directed to you, where you recognize the power of your connections, you recognize the power of your own potential, your ability to impact others with your positivity, with your hope, with your knowledge. Perhaps there's a message here of some kind of physical, like material miracle that you experience in this lifetime that you pay it forward in a sense. Or it removes you or puts distance between you and something that was challenging in your past that perhaps had to do with family, some kind of lack that impacted your family. In this lifetime, perhaps there is a specific message for some of you in this collective reading that something actually resolves itself within that. You experience a true gift of a miracle that brings such hope in this life that allows you to really leave something behind in the past that was very troubling, that weighed you down, that impacted other people close to you and your family as well. You're able to release that, leaving the past behind, becoming unbound. You're rooted here, but there's also a welcome opportunity to distance from that, to exit from this kind of envelopment that you are in with your past. Your life and your purpose in this lifetime is all about this balance that you are learning to seek out for yourself. You could really resonate with being very connected to nature. I see that as a strong message. I see like a tree stump here as well, so I feel like you're at once a few things. At one time you are a few things, and they are being represented here by a lot of imagery on these cards. At once you are very grounded, meant to do very like earthly things, like helping out your friends, spreading hope with sharing what you receive in some kind of miracle or some kind of gift that you get, some kind of financial gift you get, things like that. Your purpose here is to reach those who need hope and inspiration through very, very concrete, material, explicit ways that you give help and favor and generosity to other people. That is part of your mission in this time, but there is also something stirring up within you that is greater than anything else that we will mention in this reading. I see that with imagery of the light taking place, and just as I mentioned that imagery, I see a shape. I'm making out a shape. It's more of a feminine figure within it, but I'm seeing that shape within the light there, and I see the sprouting, I see the growth while maintaining some kind of stake within what is explicitly around you, surrounding you, your people around you, your environment, community, once again, like impacting that in a very obvious, needed, timely way, like concrete solutions. You're able to bring that to other people. I feel like this overall message is just of how valuable you are as well, and learning to separate yourself. I'm seeing in the imagery here, separating yourself from negativity in this lifetime. There's a specific message of like a fine balance that you achieve between tuning into again, common issues, timely issues in this lifetime that impact people, that impact hardworking people and families and your friends, and you see this going on in the world, you tune into that and experience it just enough so that you're not denying reality, you're not denying here now in the 3D in this lifetime, but you also have this power to you where you're able to ascend to some kind of escape. Whether that escape, it's likely that that escape is having to do with your spirituality and knowledge and wisdom you have from that. It allows you to kind of escape to this ethereal world, state of being, this spiritual realm, spiritual space within your mind that you can deconstruct these happenings in your lifetime, you can unravel them, and you can do the best you can to take greater meaning from it and apply it to your life, apply it to your knowledge, work your knowledge with these new happenings and new things you witness, and new anger that is sparked in you, or frustration, or fear, sadness. You're able to, the word is transmute, all of this, you're able to transform it into a better energy. Like all of which that is happening here to create this great ball of light, this star, whatever it is in the, you know what I mean, in the cosmos. That is one big thing. It's a great big light, but within that there is so much happening, so much reactivity, which translates to in your life. There is so much happening all around you, so much cause for anger, for frustration, for needing to speak out, to voice your opinions, to fight for against injustices. There is so much happening within that, but what you do transmutes all of that into something worthy, into something valuable, into something that illuminates beyond the surface level of what it is. It illuminates more information behind it. It gives you a greater understanding. Yeah, I think you're meant to strive for greater understanding and knowledge in this lifetime, and Spirit just really wants to uplift you and let you know that, like, you are a teammate. I saw 3 on the timer. You're a teammate with them. You are incredibly valuable. You came here with this mission of releasing soul patterns and understanding contracts you have put yourself under and working through those that look bad, that look like something you did not want to happen for you in this lifetime, that nobody would really want to go through that experience that causes you to need to work really hard, to be really patient, to sacrifice a few things in the 3D. Yeah, you came here with a lot of knowledge, and you came here to build on that and to impact others with what you learn. So let's get going with some tarot. Can we know, please Spirit, what else does pile 1 need to know from this message? I really love it for them. It's quite beautiful. So let's see. I was thinking in my head, what else is your purpose here in this lifetime? And here we have 3 of Pentacles, which I just mentioned 3 showing up and how that indicated a lot of teamwork energy and being a very, very valuable partner in creating your life, in fulfilling your intentions and deconstructing what has brought you down in the past and being able to rise above that. 3 of Pentacles, all about teamwork and collaboration and community. So 7 of Cups as well. For what Spirit wants you to know, I guess it really is just like the creator in you is what I'm seeing. Your ability and the choice and option you have to make life what it is and make it impact others the way that you hope you can. bring a example of hope and miracle to others. You have so much opportunity for that here with the Seven of Cups. So what else? Clearly pile 1 is meant to do a lot here with what they've been given, what they have opportunity for to impact others in this lifetime. Clearly there's a lot going on for you that you're meant to be here for. So what else is there to that, Spirit, that we can know right now? That what else is it? Clearly there's a lot that is very special about you. Can we know anything else about pile 1? Seven of Wands. You're very, very protected. You do a very fine job at protecting yourself, your energy, your knowledge, your wisdom as well. We've got here the Sun card and the Emperor. I'm gonna pause here. There's so much imagery of, like, I was thinking earlier, like, of course we have a planet on this card, like, that's a given. It's a moon, because that's what the deck is. But this as well, I pointed out, we have the Emperor. We have this figure here as well, and we have the Sun and the tethered aspect as well to the Sun. Again, you're meant to evoke feeling, evoke safety, to tailor a safe space that travels with you everywhere you go, that protects you and others. You're kind of meant to surround your world with this bubble of peace and hope and positivity. The Sun card is so much about optimism. It can be about childhood as well, like honoring those processes and experiences that you went through growing up that could have never made quite as much sense. I see almost like a younger figure here that looks a little angry and not able to channel all of this energy properly, as wisely as you can now, as you've grown. And with where you are now, you're able to look back and see really just how much your child, your inner child, your actual child self in those years, what they went through with all of this existing within them, and how hard that was to feel such big things all the time in such a little body. That is a big part of your life too, I think, that stands out for you. And you were always meant to come to a sense of control. You were always meant to be able to be a leader, to be a controller in the best way over your own life, because there have been many times where you felt detached, you felt out of control, you felt like it wasn't your job or within your power to make life good. Knight of Cups. It's almost like it doesn't even have to be in your power or in your control these days to make life good, because your energy is so strongly attracting exactly what you bring to the table, this light, this inspiration, hope, optimism here with the Sun card. You are almost effortless these days in attracting what you need toward you. Like your fear when you were younger of not being able to be in control, not being able to bring in what was needed, what would make you happy to achieve those things. It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't know the best way to explain that, but like, yeah, you don't really have to do that. You were kind of onto something there. It came from a place of fear and negativity that you were thinking like, I'll never be in control, and that was a scary thought as a kid, but you were almost onto something there, because you find that in your adulthood, as you've grown out of that, as you've ascended several times spiritually, as you've reached new heights and new levels spiritually, you've come to a place where, yeah, you don't necessarily have to work hard for your happiness, for your opportunities and experiences. They are attracted to you, and I think a lot of us, our minds can go to like, okay, well, I'm not getting a free, no one's buying me a free flight to across the seas to go on a 2-week vacation. Like, that simply is not realistic. That isn't happening for me. So there is no way that when I'm told I attract great things to me that is true. But when you feel so great that you attract great things to you, those things are often supported by your own optimism about them, by your own gratitude for them. That is what supercharges what comes into your life as being good and worthy and valuable for you. You may appreciate and benefit from doing some like consistent gratitude work, reflection, and journaling to allow you to understand, pinpoint every single thing in your past 24 hours that was good, that came to you. Expand your horizons, expand your mind. I'm not saying that you are not good at this already, but just a reminder from your spirit guides, continue exercising your mind, exercising your intention here to work miracles, to evoke hope around those who surround you. Continue to support that mission you have here in this lifetime by working with your gratitude. And I said you've gone through a few spiritual ascensions. You're meant to continue reaching new heights and new levels. So I want to get one final card here, as just we got some guidance, we got good information, really great information for you guys. I hope you're feeling good and very supported, very equal and valuable with your spiritual team at this time. But this last card I want to pull is going to be kind of like a little peek into your future with all of this. So bottom of the deck here, we've got the 5 of Cups as your final message. Five of Cups can be about being dissatisfied with what you currently have based on what has taken place for you in the past, or what your expectations were for what you know best. You know what is needed here. I know the future. I know exactly how this is going to go down. And when you feel like you know that, you feel like there are things that present themselves to you that are going to block that are going to take you in a different direction, that are against that path. There's a big kind of like final message here of surrendering to your path ahead. I think that's what your spiritual team wants you to end this message on. I saw 22 on the timer. Yeah, so something here about just releasing expectation of what is going to be offered for you. We have Knight of Cups to say that a lot is going to be offered to you in this lifetime. It already is, and it will continue to do so. Continue practicing with your gratitude, and continue practicing with releasing your expectations of what is meant to come to you next, how it is meant to show up exactly. Surrender to the processes that are meant for you, that lie ahead of you. Know that you are an equal once again with your spiritual team, and you are so important and valuable in this lifetime. Always have been, always will be. Every single one of you tuning into this reading. But those are your messages. Thank you for tuning in to what Spirit had to say for you. And if you resonated with your messages, please leave a comment. Let me know how they made you feel. Give a like to the video, as well as subscribe to my channel so you don't miss your future messages from Spirit. With all that said, I will see you in your next message. All right, hello group 2, welcome to your messages. This is what Spirit wants you to know right now. So I went ahead and shuffled out some oracle cards, and then we will be shuffling out from the Light Seer's tarot deck today. So let's take a look at your first cards. Group 2, what you need to know most from Spirit right now. We have Celebration. Okay. We have here Acceptance and Passion. All right. Got phases and authenticity. And finally here we have two messages from the astrology deck. We have first quarter moon in Scorpio, release your blocks, and the new moon in Scorpio with go deeper. The new moon in Scorpio is happening on November 1st this year. I was just taking a look at my astrology calendar and saw that this morning, so interesting to have that come out. Phases is also picked up on here. Yeah, this is a timely message for sure. If you're watching, at whatever time you're watching, this is speaking of the next 2 or 3 weeks ahead. Yeah. So within the next month or so, I believe that change is happening, and monthly is specific as well to the phases, the moon, the monthly cycle it takes to go from new moon to full moon and back around each month. Yeah, all of that to say, like, this feels like something in the near future whenever you're watching this reading. Okay. So there is a message of being able to celebrate something that you're passionate about. And I think it's like acceptance of all that it brings as well. Like acceptance of the new path ahead. I believe it's overall like happy. It's overall something you are passionate about. But with authenticity, I think it brings a challenge to maintaining authenticity as you go after this. I think as it grows, as you develop it more and more, you will find a need to stay true to yourself, even as it's tested more and more with the growth of whatever you have going on that you are passionate about, that you're able to celebrate some kind of achievement, some milestone in the near future. There's acceptance of what it brings as a whole. There's, the need to take your slice of the pie and leave the rest. Yeah. Like, take what's great about it, appreciate that, lean into your authenticity. When all else fails, when you doubt everything else, lean even further into your truth, into your authenticity, into your beauty and devotion, your powers here as a highly influential person in this lifetime, a priestess, a mystic, a teacher. Lean into that. Take your slice of the pie and leave the rest, is what I'm seeing here. All right. Yeah, release your blocks and go deeper. Go deeper, lean further into the authenticity, lean further into who you are, your truth, the knowledge that you hold close to you, that you can't always find the words to explain why you feel this way, why you have faith in this thing, but lean into it nevertheless. You are close with your spiritual team. You are close to the end of a cycle. Acceptance is what you're called for. Acceptance of what your truth means to begin with. Acceptance of all that your truth entails. Acceptance of the flaws that you may find in your own authenticity that you perceive to be flaws with yourself. Acceptance of all of it, and celebration, in fact, of all of it. More than celebration, or more than acceptance, but celebration, in fact. Make a big deal out of this. Illuminate, place on a pedestal, highlight, and lean deeply into your authenticity. Lean deeply into how you go about your passions, because that is your power. That is what you fuel your dreams with. You fuel your light with authenticity, and that light illuminates a lot for other people as well. you're part of a community. You do have community. If you have any feelings of isolation, feelings of otherness, or like you don't have reliable role models or mentors, or you wish you had some kind of community, you feel like you fail in this lifetime without a sense of community, you have to know that you come from the Sisterhood of the Rose. You come from a great line of you come from something is what that is. I don't want to be too specific with it and like rule out certain people, but like you are not alone in your thinking, you're not alone in your experience. You are the way you are for a reason. You feel like, why am I the way I am? You have to know that it's your superpower. It's how other people are as well. It's not as uncommon as you think. It's not as isolating as you think, though you feel that isolation. There is opportunity for greater horizons. There is opportunity for not just acceptance once again, but celebration of what this is for you, of who you are and where you've come from, those people who are like you as well. Excuse me. Yeah. Very uplifting message from Spirit so far. Let's go ahead and get into tarot and take a look what else this message entails for you guys, pile 2. Spirit, please, what does pile 2 need to know about this? What do they need to know about this timeline that has come up, specifically within the next few weeks or month at the time they're watching the message? What do we need to know about the timeline that's mentioned? So we've got the 4 of Cups. This could be happening for you in the next quarter of the year, first quarter moon. That was very relevant as well. So in the next, or I guess that would be third of the year, but the next 4 months or the next quarter to a third, what is going to be happening? What is highlighted within this timeline? We've got the Empress here. So yeah, 3 to 4 months. What is happening in this is some kind of, the celebration, the birth. A birthday is a celebration. She is pregnant here. A birth of, the pie is done cooking. It's all kind of the same. Like something is ready to be delivered, to be birthed into this world and to be celebrated. And what might that thing be? It might be a new version of you. It's like birthing into your new authenticity, birthing into a new version of you. And the world being much brighter when you come up over this horizon. We see the light that waits for you once you're able to recognize it and fully step into it. Once you're able to dismiss fear, dismiss, with the Devil here, illusions that make you think you are not allowed or meant to have a good outcome here. You were not meant to celebrate. This is no cause for celebration. That's all an illusion for you. The 4 of Swords as well. You'll be coming out of this cocoon, out of this period of rest as she's in the nest here, and the 4 of Swords is about rest and recovery. I think very well there could be something cause to celebrate. It could even be your birthday coming up, and you're born in November. You could be a Scorpio. But on top of that, you're being birthed into a new authenticity. The Tower card, it could not be more clear, more supported here by the tarot cards. This is a shift. This is the old crumbling away and leaving nothing but the authenticity. I'm wondering if there is some kind of like event that kind of really supports this process speeding up for you in the next month. Is there anything specifically that pile 2 may experience here. So we've got the 7 of Cups. I do feel like you have coming for you a lot of room for choice, a lot of opportunity. When things crumble away and you're left with nothing but the truth, nothing but the goodness for you, nothing but what is meant to benefit for you, you have choice for what direction to take, to start rebuilding, to start incorporating what you see ahead of you now. As this new version of you who has been birthed out of a time of recovery, rest, unknowing, this phase of trial, this phase of growth that is allowing you to be birthed as the butterfly out of the cocoon. We see that here, the monarch butterfly is on the Tower card, and your choices are beautiful and quite apparent to you at that point. You have a lot of choice that is very clear with the 7 of Cups, and you will allow the work you have done with going deeper, with ascending from acceptance to celebration. You will allow that work you have done in the past months or so, or years, you will allow that to support your direction that you decide to take. Decide is an interesting word here. I think there is no, there's a lot of choice, a lot of opportunity, but deciding implies that you are limiting yourself from other opportunities. These are here for you. I saw 12:22 on the timer. They're here for you, and they're not going to go away with however flows naturally for you to prioritize what's going on. Time is all meshed up here. Time is all existing here in one space for you. It isn't linear. It's an opportunity to grab and take opportunities that all exist within this kind of bubble for you. It's all tethered to you. There is no fear, no concern of lack of attention causing loss of opportunity. Okay. I think, what else do we need to know here for pile 2? I think let's get some guidance going forward. How can pile 2 navigate this period best going forward? It seems maybe not intense, but it is a time of full involvement in your path. Knight of Swords. So your guidance, I think, is to continue forward and not look back, to continue using your mindset to shape your experiences, using your mindset to shape your experiences by choosing greater than baseline, by choosing celebration over acceptance. Acceptance is great, but choosing to take that further, again, going deeper, really leaning into your authenticity, leaning into your truth, starting to be really passionate about it as well as part of your guidance. Bringing passion to the table, and sharing that with others is more impactful than you know. Celebrating with others or being an example of what it looks like to celebrate is very deeply impactful for others as well. So go forward with this with a clear intention, or with the kind of yoga that's going on there. Go forward with you're recovered, you are rested, your mind is so committed to who you are that it's really easy to kind of focus on that path ahead and understand with ease what decisions or what calls you make are going to be effortless and easy and good for you. So be passionate, be bold, be loud about what you like, because other people like things too, even if they don't say it. I think it's worthwhile being an example, being representing what it is you're passionate about, representing your story for other people, because again, there's a lot of experience that may look different in this lifetime amongst people, but that carry the same kind of emotions and challenges. There's a lot we can relate to each other about. So this is kind of like your final card to look at, once again, what we are expecting going forward. So we've got 10 of Pentacles. I feel like you're meant to do a lot for other people and allow them to do things for you. We talked about community, about your desire for that, your feeling of isolation from having that. 10 of Pentacles here is promising in that regard. It's promising to see that community is here with you. Community is ahead of you, and it will support you. It will not be surface level. It will not be lackluster. It will be true sisterhood, true community, true devotion to one another, especially, is coming through within that. And teaching is a big lesson here as well. Opportunity to be supported, to devote to one another, and to educate one another, to expand your knowledge within this community. That is a big blessing for you in this time. There's also some message of finance and prosperity that the 10 of Pentacles holds. So take that as you will, as a promising message for your ability to support an abundant life. Yeah, so pile 2, I hope you enjoyed your messages. Thanks for tuning in to hear what Spirit wanted to communicate to you today. So if you stayed this long, take the time, please, to leave a comment. Let me know how this resonated for you, and like the video, as well as subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future messages from Spirit. But with all of that said, pile 2, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.